Part 2 of the NI7's challenge. Race 2 at Kirkistown on August the 28th. Mark Crawford's built up a lead now of about 3 seconds over Jimmy Dugan. Himself has a bit of a lead over Lawrence Mawhinney. Mark currently second in the championship, 10 points behind Ryan McGuinness. Of course, McGuinness has gone out along with a few other runners. The big accident there down at Colonial 1 earlier on. Mark was out in front, missed all of that. So currently, the way things stand, Mark will be taking a lead of 11 championship points into the final race. And there you can see the rest of the guys ducking around in the Fisherman's. Mark, keen to maximise his points total from this race, will be looking just to extend his lead from Jimmy Dugan. Acknowledges some signal from the marshal. Not sure what that was though. Still happy enough, he has enough of the lead, he doesn't have to worry about defending down into the hairpin. Of course, that defensive manoeuvre would cost him a little bit of time. So purely driving for time now. And eke out more of the lead from Jimmy Dugan and get that car to the finish line. There you can see the top three have opened up a bit of a gap to the guys behind them who've been fighting amongst themselves for 4th place. Three deaders, flat out left-handed king, down in the Colonial 1 hard on the brakes. Apex late. Accelerates through Colonial 2. There he goes. And that will bring him down into Fisherman's. You can see there the leaders now stringing themselves out. First, second and third, Mark Crawford, Jimmy Dugan and Larry Mawhinney. Then it's Ian Leinster, Gary Jones, Robin McGrath and Barry McBride. Ian having that coming together earlier on in the race with Richard Morgan. Richard looks to have retired. So very much a reduced field. Mark using every inch of the road and a little bit more. And with Stephen Donnelly, the leader of the A race, the Road Sports Class A, is now coming around to lap Davis Buick. Much more powerful Honda S2000 powered car. Every inch of the road being used by Mark, trying to eke out as much of a time gap as possible. And you can see it looks as though he's extending his lead from Jimmy Dugan. A matter now of just keeping it together and stringing in the fast laps. Consistency will be the key. As long as he can stay out of trouble, pick up the points, it should put him in the hot seat coming into the final race. Battle for 4th place, Ian Leinster and Gary Jones have pulled away from Barry McBride and Robin. Race of attrition, Mark Crawford has driven flawlessly, got a fantastic start, overtook the 9-10 cars in the first half a lap, was in the lead after a lap and a half, and it was behind him as the rest of the cars scrambled to try to keep up. And there was a big incident going down into Colonial 1. took out the championship leader, Ryan McGuinness. Brian McGoldrick as well suffered damage. Precise Orange Tiger had to be towed away in bad shape. Andy Parkins' car had lots of bodywork damage. But Mark was out in front of the stage and just stayed out of all trouble. And his policies paid off as he leads round there from Jimmy Dugan. Familiar Dayglow, Hilltop Racing, low cost. In third, be a good result for Larry. Newcomer to the racing this year, as are these two gents. In their own little private yellow Westfield battle. And Leinster currently leading it from Gary Jones. Then you have Barry McBride in the blue striker, being chased by Robin McGrath in the blue MK. That's the car with the white stripe down the bonnet. And Davis Buick in the red MK. Start-finish line, he'll be counting down the laps now. The lead back to Jimmy, still growing slightly. Just unable to claw back Mark. Gary Jones goes through, Barry McBride. Down for Mark. There can only be about another 4 laps to go. Still trying to catch him. On the off chance something goes wrong. Oh, they're still pushing hard. You can see the car wanting to get out of shape on the exit of the second turn of the chicane. Ian Leinster now looks to have opened up a little bit of a lead for 4th place over Gary Jones. Barry McBride then down in 6th. Still Mark holding a considerable lead now over Jimmy. Should Larry finish in third, that'll be his best result of the season. And well, after a big incident earlier on in the year. Gary Jones, Larry and Ian Leinster as well. All of course gathering up points in the Rookies Championship, which has been won by Ryan McGuinness, with Ian in second. Mark now coming across the start-finish line, and he'll be relieved to see it's the last lap. He's wanting to do all he can just to nurse the car around. Make sure nothing untoward happens, no silly mistakes. You can pocket these points, it'll go a long way towards the championship. Indeed, going into the last race with an 11-point lead will mean a top 4 finish would see him crowned champion no matter what Ryan does. Good second place, as you said, of trouble, and there's been a lot of it in this race. Gary Jones, he has been caught by Stevie Donnelly, so Stevie of course got the checkered flag from the A race, so that'll be the end of his race. Mark meanwhile down one corner away from the finish. Down, breaks hard to the hairpin again. Out, careful not to overrev the engine, just rush it round, get it over the finish line. That's a good win for Mark Crawford under very difficult circumstances. Leaves him in the lead of the challenge going into the final round in September. Jimmy Dugan picked up a handy second with Lawrence Mawhinney. Best result of the season in third.